respected. We don't, these are words of the offense. We need to offer an explanation, express remorse. Public school, private school, it doesn't matter. I challenge the student body by the end of the day to apologize. If you've been bullying someone, I want you to apologize by the end of the day. I give them a lot of good reasons why. Their love language, what they want to know is, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? Well, probably one of the biggest books of my lifetime when it comes to kids a lot. They're just going to be wonderful people. And in reality, we've created little monsters. They're overpraised, they think they're wonderful, their parents think they're wonderful, and there are times I want to walk up to them and say, achievement, by academic performance, by musical talent. They play all kinds of games with people in order to get what they want. And it's that. It's attention. Because they're so wonderful. And their parents made them that way. It is so unfair. Locker rooms. Next to me is a young man with Down syndrome. Cursing him. I can't repeat what he said. Filthy, perverted, wicked, evil words. And if that wasn't bad enough, I think it was tic-tac. Leave him alone. I tried to sound what they were doing. Two boys, I'll get into the power of two later, but two boys were defending popular. She should be. She said to me when I was leaving, she said I was a hero, and I said, Melody, you're my hero. Think about the ring. Because when people, the sarcasm, oh my goodness. Well, anyway, I inherited that. I'm pretty good at sarcasm, and I can tear someone apart with 3 words or less. I put on the ring. You be honest, you put the ring on probably at some time, and it was fun. Anyway, Zimbardo, expert on evil, has been studying it for most of his life. That answers a question, does it not, in the theater of bullying? These seemingly good kids, they need a script, they need a plan. We'll get into that in part 2. Yet on the morning of May 12, 2010, instead of attending that girls her age make, especially when with other girls, the way my daughter, who was the same age, did during a recent transition and set himself ablaze in the busy streets of Saigon. It is a functioning pen, but it's more, and if you need help with that, let us know. We're serious about changing the theater of bullying. Alex's family soon discovered that deliberate campaigns of cruelty had. Would she still think that God was still good? Would you? What did the Hebrew prophets tell us about authority who failed to carry out justice on behalf of the weak, broken, or one kid who attended church in that so-called Christian community who stood up for her? What word does the Bible give in their Facebook profile? Character development. I know people in public education who are underreacting to the drama of these children's lives. Sweet Alex, some of you are crying. That's a bold courage. Imagine if a popular athlete or socialite showed up and showed some courage. Teachers and faculty expect children to do the right thing afraid, or to assume our position at the tip of the spear that defends all children, not just our own, against the many diabolical sins that combat. How to help create. Someone opened a can of Jesus, and a lot of things changed. Would you explain that?
Yeah, so this guy put him on a pedestal, but this guy went over the deep end. This guy just has shaped and molded him in his life to impact his community here. And so we have Bible study on Fridays for kids that want to learn wrestling. It's pretty much under construction, but your rivals told me the same thing, and so I got into it. Now, back then, to shape and mold you into the person you are today, I didn't grow up wrestling with all the better guys in the room. It started getting a lot better. So the reason why I do it is what I want to do is I want to be able to equip them.
He's the potter, we're the clay.
Do you guys know Mark very much?
And then just ask you why recently, and my thing with dads.
The student that I would have to close her books, I would have to shut down the lights and say that's enough. And so she would side with maybe a bloody nose, and it ended on the girl's side with maybe a snotty confrontation, but then it went away.
Right.
And that was my perception of her class of trying to measure up socially.
an entire school district in Texas just adopted it. It's 33 elementary schools, like 12 middles, right? So more than just this course,
It's a place where junior high students gather weekly. So thank you so much for asking that question. Paul, I have a sensitive question.
analogy. You come,
Lying in the gutter, hurting. You notice that Jesus used a very contentious character. Can you speak to those
you need to be confronted. I didn't change until someone told me, hey, you're a bit over the top. It's something that you just continue to do as part of your DNA. You shouldn't be.